Rek'Sai. You can buffer his knockups with your E. If he ults onto you, he ends up behind you, so you can just flip him quite comfortably. But the Akali coming in for Zeka, so really committing onto this dive threat, and a pick that Zeka has had fantastic success on, but not the most laning presence. You know, early levels on Akali, you're kind of just waiting until you can do something, especially into his ears. So I feel like as much as the team fight makes sense for Hanwha Esports, they have picked a short-range composition into a lot of champs that kind of cause problems for that. You know, if you're into an Aphelios with Red White, if you're into an Urgot, if you're into an Azir, they can just shred you. It's going to take a bit more finesse from Hanwha Esports to execute this composition, but I definitely feel like things like the Rek'Sai, like the Akali, well, I think the Akali is just very strong.
For them to get online, and the Rek'Sai itself at least should have a bit of presence in the top lane, but the Urgot coming out once again for Keen.
Yeah, and I think honestly, in terms of composition suiting the players, I think this Gen.G composition suits them really well. If they slow the pace down, if they structure the team fights well, if they have good setups and objectives, it should be smooth sailing for them.
Well, we got game number 1 on the cards, the top of the Rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Here we go, game number 1 of a best of 5. That means quite a lot.
If they lose, they still have an opportunity to do that. It just comes down to the wire. Game 1, we see Gen.G trying to establish some vision here. Maybe looking for Zeka, a little bit of poke to start off.
Yeah, I mean, they are just really going ham with this one, and I mean, the Urgot is going to be quite strong early on, but Canyon is going to face check into 2 of them, as they are committing quite far into the jungle. Are Gen.G, and Keen is just going to hop away for now, but pretty interesting trades early on, as Alistair doesn't do much on this play. Keen has no idea, as now the ping is going to come out in mid, but might be a bit too late as the Rek'Sai ult. Hard to get away from this one, as Keen is just so dead, and they're going to get first blood over to Zeka here on his...
Kraken Slayer completed for Pays is a nice spike. We'll have to see how the fight breaks out.
All right, well, X-Flash over the wall. They want to engage on the Sejuani. Not the best pick, but now the 1v1 in the mid lane as well. And now the Zeri looking to chase down, but the Helios damage over the wall. And now the TP coming in from Keen. But here is Doran as well, looking to turn it onto the Urgot, who is left all alone. And down he will go as Viper picks up a kill in this game, the second for Hanwha Esports.
Yeah, I think just a bit early for Gen.G to cut through the front line of Hanwha Esports, and the setup from Hanwha really solid. Zeka spent all his time just basically zoning Chovy out the fight. Chovy did a good job disengaging from him, but it meant Chovy wasn't present. It was only really Pays trying to do damage, and it's very hard to cut through this front line of Hanwha Esports. And then Keen joined, was just immediately...
Is very important, as Peanut is going to drop down the Rift Herald. This was spotted that they were doing this, but Gen.G just electing to let it go. And now Keen is kind of like just alone here. There is a turret, but it's nearly gone. And you would imagine that, yeah, they're just going to turn on to Keen here. The Black Saber is getting some work done into Doran, but no flash, no help, and no Urgot. He's just dead.
Yep, completely isolated here, and Gen.G might try and look on the other side, but you're trying to dive an Alistair. It's a hard ask. And in the meantime, a second charge comes through. The way
Gen.G going to start up the streak. Hanwha Esports say, well, we already have 2 Drakes, but they are still going to TP into this one. The Light has a fantastic angle. Gen.G caught between a rock and a hard place. That Wukong already getting started. They engage on that back line. It Pays. He does survive for a bit, and down will go the Zeri, but now Zeka is a huge force to be reckoned with as Chovy is left alone on the right side, but there is the fear coming in from the Urgot, and that should be enough to turn this fight around as Doran is the one to survive, but the rest of his teammates are gone.
Yeah, and actually Gen.G managed to get a handle on the fight. The value from the Urgot absolutely massive there. Pays goes down almost immediately, and what looks like an initial good setup from Hanwha Esports.
Baron, I guess.
They want to burn Keen's TP here. I guess they'll take a fight if it comes out, but they're just feeling the pressure of that side lane throughout the Urgot.
Well, Viper still has his flash, so that's one thing he's got over Pays, I suppose.
There's a TP. They could back off now and be happy with getting the TP if they wanted.
Yeah. The hook is going to miss, though, and there's the engage, the turn onto the Urgot, who is so tanky, but not tanky enough, immediately goes down the turn. Super crisp from the side of Hanwha Esports. That's going to get the top laner of Gen.G down. And now a 5v4 situation for Hanwha Esports, plus that teleport you were talking about. He's fine, he's right.
I feel like the Urgot's doing so much damage with the AoE Shred.
Oh, wait,
no.
They had a ward. Pays backing in a very precarious spot. He has to flash, and now he's got Nakali on him. He's just dead. Down goes Pays. Essentially, Fabri is now the hands, desperate to save his teammates, but nearly goes down himself.
And no, he had a...
And they're just going to start the Baron. I mean, no Aphelios, that is a
low,
huge chunk of damage gone.
Look how low Keen and Lahens are already.
Yeah, and they can easily turn if they want to. I mean, here we go. There's the turn. A massive Wukong Ultimate SD Divide is huge from the side of Chovy, but you can't get away from the Akali just right on top of them as they continue. But Chovy's getting huge value. They go so far into the Azir that, I don't think you're going to be able to take out the Rek'Sai, though, as Chovy... He's still going to give it a try. He's still full health. They never got on top of the Azir.
Done.
And then just die and then let your team do the damage.
Let Chovy do the work.
Yeah. They're committing to this Baron, although you can tell they're looking for a turn as well. As the angle coming in, that ult from the Sejuani not going to do anything, as here is the turn. Zeka on the flank. His Zeri ultimate is going to be popped as a big engage comes in from that, and a massive follow-up from Delight as they get in the back of it. But look at Chovy. He's still full health. He's still turning this one around alongside of Keen. And now it's going to be Zeka against Chovy. And Zeka with a triple kill already. He is looking to finish this one off. He's got Doran with him as well. The Q timing is off, but it's still a quadra for Zeka in the team fight.
What a huge team fight. He is so fed right now.
He is so gigantic, and they're engaging onto Rek'Sai. I mean, they have a huge amount of damage, but it's a Rek'Sai, guys. As the engagement Delight, not that great, actually. Doesn't get to the backline. Page is totally fine, and the fight is broken up here. Hanwha Esports do not find the angle, and Gen.G, they turtle up, and they win this one in a big way. 2 kills already.
And you see the difference in this situation. You know, they didn't have Doran and Zeka flanking there. It was basically just Zeka. And the Azir turret had so much value in that situation. It gave Gen.G a position to back off to, a position of safety to retreat into. And you can see Zeka was so hesitant about diving in. Once again, the team fights are so down to the wire in this game.
They're trying to get this dragon. And yeah, they
give it up.
They just don't have the time. And yes, they're mobile, they'll get away, but this is a thanks for the leash moment as they go from Baron to the Cloud Drake, and now Gen.G have 3 Cloud Drakes stacked up in this game, just bit by bit.
Yeah, Summoner is going to be available to Gen.G, and I feel like that does favor them. If you're playing a dive composition, you'd rather just everyone's Summoners be down. Going
3
into these
cannon
fights.
minions.
Yeah, they've stacked this up pretty well, and they are massacring this tower. And again, this is a short-range composition. Viper can just spam W, he can't actually walk up to the minions.
They don't have wave clear unless they get melee range, so... And even that is not great. So they're going to keep all 3 cannon minions alive.
I mean, Viper just so wants to get a single Q in on them. Okay, they got 2 there. But just like get value from the static shiv. That's all you're looking for, but he just hasn't been able to touch the wave. Now trying to clear it out.
Zeka on the flank, and once again, just spotted by the Urgot. Doesn't get to play the game. And
such a good job of just checking these flanks consistently.
Yep. And here we go. This turret should fall. I mean, there's not even minions in range, just the Void Buffs. And that will be enough. They will take down the top inhibitor. This is Baron. The Red Bull Baron power play getting some big dividends here for the side of Gen.G. They will take the gold lead.
You see how Hanwha Esports have these really orchestrated plays to kill Pays, and then Gen.G so quickly turn it around on a Viper.
Yeah. Lens is going to flash away. Now the counter engage does come in, but that's a Rek'Sai. That's not the target. You guys want to hit it now? The Zeri is going insane mode. They way overextend in this fight, and now Gen.G are going to pay the price as Pays loses his GA. And one small mistake, one mistimed engage, and immediately Hanwha Esports are back on top.
What was going through the heads? Oh, Doran snipes Chovy here.
Boy.
They might actually be able to get... Could they even end here?
They're going to try.
He could just stop Chovy recalling forever.
Well, even if they don't get the end, they will take the mid inhibitor. And Doran absolutely will tank up this turret. You think he cares? He doesn't take damage. He does not care at all.
Oh, great timing.
Yeah, he doesn't have the knockup now. And so Doran's just going to TP in. They're going for the end as they dive on a Chovy. And he's Zonya as he stays alive. Zeka's tanking the turret. They can't take out the tank Azir. Doran doesn't do enough damage. damage.
I don't think they can end now.
They're going to try. The Nexus is bare. They are hitting it, and the Zeri just does too much. The knockup comes in from Doran and denies the engage, and that is game number 1 going into the hands of Hanwha Esports.
What a crazy game, and Gen.G made one critical error, an overextension, disrespecting